Hello, hello, hello. I think I'm live. So welcome one, welcome all. Welcome back to the exciting game div developments of someone not actually making a game, but using a game engine to write a renderer. How exciting. Like this. Look at that. So I think I actually don't remember where I left off yesterday. Oh, I left off. I actually don't. What was I doing? It was this, right? So I can do this auto toggling. I remember now. Rotate it enough, you can kind of see the tail. And then there was a bug with how VRM models are loaded in, which is a, you know, kind of a small problem. Actually, small problem as in it's actually a huge problem, because being able to load in VRM models is a huge feature. Oh no. So let's see what we can do about it. So hopefully I can get a bit more data. Oh, ooh to you as well, Dead Sect. How are you doing today? Oh, interesting. Oh, I'm not clearing the UI. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, that's why. I'm not clearing the UI, and thus everything just kind of breaks. Yeah. I'm back on the face tracking stuff again. Lots of fun. Although, I really do need to start working on my Python skills. I have I'm not sure if it's a text screening or just like a business screen, but it's with a big cryptocurrency exchange on Friday. They're looking for Python and Rust. And yeah, I was thinking, what if I just worked 2 jobs at once plus streamed? Really get that, as the kids say nowadays, that hustle. You know? It could be cool. Could be cool. Could be cool, could also just, you know, make me lose my mind entirely and burn out. Quitting programming entirely. Becoming a hermit in the mountains. Which, you know, could also be kind of neat. I don't know. I've always wanted to be a hermit. Yeah. I actually did a lot of hiking back when I was a lot younger, and by hiking I mean backpacking. So it's an idea. Wait a minute. Ooh. Notices your bulge. Glomp. Glomp is such a weird word. It doesn't have a formal definition, but it just sounds so... Ugh. I don't want any part of this. I don't want any part of this. Huh. Alright, we gotta think here. So everything is correct now. It's just that when we load in a different model, it's breaking, which is good. It's not good, but it makes sense. At the very least. Huh. Actually, why does that happen? Let me see this one more time. Logically, well, I don't know. Logically, I can't think of a reason why this is happening. Right, because you'll see this overlaid on itself. Bonk. There's no bonk command. I'm very sorry. Maybe one day. Oh, hello, Nivek XD. How are you doing today? I see panties. No, you don't. You didn't see anything. You saw nothing. Huh. So it did clean it up correctly. It's just not. Oh, no, it is. That's weird. Oh. Oh yeah, I can't move the collar. Oh, because these are the old ones. It added it to the the existing thing, and thus it's breaking. Pantsu, yeah. Pantsu. Did you know that Japanese actually uses the Queen's English term for pants? Because in the UK, if you say that you're wearing pants, it's considered kind of weird. Pantsu. Yeah, I had a friend, like they were a teacher in the UK, but they, grew up here. And so they were telling their students, like, yeah, I got a new pair of pants. And then they got a lot of concerned phone calls from parents. They're like, why are you telling your kids or your students that you got a new pair of pants? That's weird, because pants in Queen's English refers to underpants. Yeah. So what I'm working on, Nibek, is this piece of software right here. I wrote this. It's also free and open source, available on my GitHub as OpenCPHGD. What I'm doing right now is I am rewriting the entire UI system. Because actually the entire UI system right now is already somewhat dynamic. So I figured, why not just make it super dynamic? And just do all the configuration via XML. Just copying all the code. Open source equals copying. I mean, if you want, right? It's a good reference. I mean, that's why I made this open source to begin with. Is because I was reading about the rise of VTubers on YouTube, and I was like, wow, that sounds cool. I wish I could see how that worked, and there were no open source examples, or no open source examples that actually worked, so I decided to make my own. You don't learn anything copying things, though, do you? It depends, right? I think, actual programming is a lot of just Googling for the answer. Or using someone else's library. So, do you learn things from copying? Kind of. I think it's more important to understand why you're using some code as opposed to how the code works, right? Like, I understand how the code works, but it's more important to understand, like, oh, so these are all like connection functions, so they're all callbacks, right? So callbacks respond to some sort of internal event. Understanding the connection between that and knowing that none of these are, well, actually, technically these are internal events. So that's a bad example, but like, this is not a callback. This is called directly from another function because it's a static function. So there's pluses and minuses. I think as long as you understand why you're using code, you don't really need to understand how to use code. It does benefit you in the long run. I think the primary benefit of open source is that, one, you can have other people audit the code, and also when other people use your stuff, I mean, talking about monetization, when other people use your stuff, they're more likely to come to you for, implementation afterwards. And then they don't have to worry about, if you go insolvent, they'll lose the code because they'll already have it. So there's that value there. They don't have to buy the code from you in case you just drop off the face of the earth. Let's see. I'd want to make it myself so it's mine. Yeah, that's the common fallacy is which I admittedly have also fallen into before, is the, you know, not made here syndrome. So, well, to prove to myself I can do it, I mean, yeah, well, how far do you want to go with that, though, right? That's the question. Is because... Wait a minute. I'm thinking really quick. Anyways, let's stop thinking and start typing. Right, like if you wanted to prove to yourself that you could do it, why not just make your own computer? Why not just make your own logic board? You know. And actually, that's a very valuable skill to know, is knowing how to make and design like the actual, you know, motherboard or whatever, because it's not very common anymore. It's very difficult. It's gone the way of like aerospace engineering, where everyone who does it just kind of stays in the field, and so there's no jobs for everyone else, but then they all kind of start to die out over time. So, but it is a hard field to do. Right, like I've thought about writing my own operating system, or at least my own kernel, right? Which is, you know, there's the Windows kernel, and then there's the Linux kernel, and then there's, I guess, some other smaller ones, but most are either based off of, there's Windows, well, Windows is Windows, and then there's the Linux kernel, there's Mac, which is based off of something else. Popcorn kernel, yeah, exactly. You can think of it like the kernel, and once you pop it, it kind of expands out into the entire OS. I don't know almost nothing English, but it's so interesting I cannot stop watching. I'm glad you find this interesting. Right, usually I'm working on games, but this time not so much. Oh, konnichiwa, or it'd be konbanwa where I'm at. Privyet. That's hello in Russian. I know that one. Hola. I used to know. What's it in German? Guten Tag. Guten Tag is good morning. You know, you can hit him with a za. That's actually good morning in Chinese. Hola, hola amigo. Como te llama? I'm trying to think. So I should add everything to this. Why am I generating a new GUI every single time? That's my question. Is why am I generating new elements every single time? Node. Oh, I see. It's because of this. Me llamo Nivek. Oh. Bien. Me llamo Tim. Yo gusto program. Oh man, I can't speak Spanish. I used to be able to read Spanish at a very high level. Not a high, advanced level, yeah. As in I could read the newspaper, but not anymore. I don't know what to do here. Doesn't know Spanish. Spanish isn't too hard. If you know English pretty well, Spanish isn't too bad. Oh, but you know, if you know Spanish, you know what language is really close to Spanish? It's Indonesian or Malaysian, which are actually two different languages, but very similar. Reading is easier than speaking. This is true. This is true in a lot of languages except for Chinese and Japanese. Base view setup. Base view. Where do I add the base view? I should do it here. So we'll do loaded. Oh, we should do loaded views. But yeah, reading is definitely easier than speaking for a lot of languages. I think, at least in my experience, speaking Chinese and speaking Japanese is a lot easier than reading. If only because I think Japanese reading is just extraordinarily hard, and in Chinese, like spoken Chinese, Mandarin Chinese I should say, is very, very easy because it's so loose, which is also kind of makes it a pain to learn. Como está mi llamo? What? No bibliotecas. Muchas gracias. What? Yo. Hello. Or no, how are you? My name is not biblio, is not library. Thanks a lot. Yes. My. For and I love you. Team habla muy bien. Oh, thank you, thank you. I know I speak very well. Thank you very much. Well, no, I did live, well, I didn't live, but I worked in Austin, Texas for a while, so interacted with a lot of Spanish speakers there as well. So we will append the view, right? So everything we're doing here is just appending to the view, and then we'll add it to this thing here, right? And actually, we could even make this a constant just to make it really obvious that we are, that this doesn't change. We just unload and load it. Texas. Tejas. What is append? Thank you for redeeming a hydrate. Let's drink some water, everybody. Oh, hello, Philippe. How are you doing today? Yeah, so appending to anything means that you are doing something like this. So you have an array, and then you just push it. You can think of an array like, think of like a Pringles can, so you can put things in. you push things into the top of the Pringles can. No, that's pretty much it. Oh, I'm doing great. How are you? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. You know, as per usual, work is going okay. Stuck in bureaucratic hell, or purgatory, I should say. I wish I had Pringles. I had 2 cans yesterday. It's a sale. Pringles here are kind of expensive. Oof. Yeah. Oh, Pringles here are like, I don't know. I think about the same cost as a bag of like Lay's, like chips. But there's a lot less Pringles than there are Lay's. I think I really used to like Pringles when I was younger because they were super salty, but now it's like it's too salty, man. I need something a bit more complicated, you know what I'm saying? Has more of a, you know what I'm saying, right? A little more of that Shazam. Lay's here are cheaper. Oh. Yeah, I think that's what I said, right? Pringle here is from $2 to $4. That's not so bad. I mean, that's pretty much how much they cost here, more or less, right? I don't know. Lay's are $1. Oh no, they aren't $1 where I am at. No, you know, you can get like there's like the whites and yellow bags of tortilla chips. You can get those here for like $1, but not Lay's. Or you can get like the Cheetos hot fries, or you know what I'm talking about, like the hot fries. They're like advertised $1 on the bag. You can get those for $1 as well. Well, since $1 equals 5 to 6 reals. Where's Reals, by the way? I feel like you told me this before. Is it? Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to break this out into another function. What a pain. So this is like the super setup function. Oh no. Oh, caps lock is still on. Oh, hello. Welcome, Knock. Would you like to duckify yourself? Oh, Reals is from Brazil. My bad, my bad. Which is 1.1 Reals. Oof. I want to be duck. Well, you can type in a custom command. So you can chonk yourself, you can duck yourself, and you can either jump like that. Boing. And everyone just pings off each other. Now Tim. Alright, take it easy, Philippe. Have fun doing whatever you're doing. Stay safe out there. Let's see, metadata parser. This is tough. Because there's not really a way for me to reload. It's mostly just like I have to... Oh no. Duck, chonk. Look, you're a chonky boy as well. Oh, everyone's ducks now. Uppercase duck doesn't work, does it? Hold on, is that a bug? There's a few bugs in this program. Let me see. Let me see if I can find myself. So we'll randomize myself. Does uppercase duck not work? I thought it did. Maybe I'm dumb. Duck. You know what? It doesn't work. Oh no. This is how you're making sure it'll never pivot, isn't it? Exact. Oh no. Didn't I turn hydrate onto a timer of 5 minutes, or has it already been 5 minutes? Time flies when you're just absolutely confused as to how your system works. That's a bug, yeah. I thought I was already doing everything too lowercase beforehand, but maybe not. So I'll need to fix that in the next version. Yeah, but here's the problem I'm running into, is that there's no update function for all of the the related metadata stuff, which makes it a little tough. So I need to think. So whenever you load in a new model, right? So if I run this, right? Check this out, actually. Is that boom, we can make him dance a little bit. And then we can also, look at that. It works. So I can fine tune it so you can either have it be toggle off or on, or have only one be toggleable at a time. Dick. That's a lewd jump. So the fun part about custom command is that you can chain together multiple commands. I actually don't think multiple jumps in a row won't do anything. Nivek, you gotta redeem the channel point reward custom command, so that it'll be read in. So multiple commands of the same type won't be registered. It's only once. It only registers it once. That's an intentional decision. If only because I was too lazy to do like a real command parser. Banana, there is no banana, I'm sorry. I do appreciate you burning channel points though, so that you'll never ever be able to redeem the pivot channel points reward. Oh, I forgot to actually show off what I wanted to show off. So, one, this is a little broken, but let's not worry about that right now. But then documents, and we go into Alicia. If we load in pretty much any other model, this is what happens. Is that one, we got Pantsu, but also it loads in the additional bones, but it doesn't clean up the old ones. And I'm pretty sure these controls also all stay the same. So, which is a bit unfortunate. So I need to think of a way to clean those up. Or I guess resync all the controls, if that makes sense. So if we go into input elements, we can have like a public setup function, or actually we go into base element. So if we go into the GUI, right? I don't think we want to tear down and build up the GUI every single time. That sounds a bit overkill. So I think instead, probably like this is probably what we want to do. Is you can see here we already have something here. Like we've already set a precedent, if you will, for calling a setup function on all these. Of course, this only exists for list elements right now. List elements, of course, setup depends on there being a model already. Otherwise, it doesn't really work. But if we go to base element, and we have like what if I add like a setup function, right? And so then I'll do node and get tree, get nodes in group, blah, 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 right? Probably like, like GUI, we'll do some sort of constant that's like GUI, right? We'll just call setup on all of them, and then they'll either resync themselves. So the input element will try to resync itself to whatever, or basically the loaded config. It'll try to resync itself to the loaded config. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah. Let's do that. So in base element, we're going to do func setup, and this is we can think of this like an abstract function. Oh, I can't type today. We'll do app manager, log message, dot setup, not implemented. And then it doesn't do anything, right? So let's see. Base element, everything now needs to implement this. So input element, let's actually just go through here. This is a bit easier to see. I'm not sure why there's a Rust thing here, by the way. I don't know what I was doing with this, but it just happens to be here. By the way, Knock, I did download the thing that you linked me yesterday, which is the BFG thing. And I'm gonna get around to it after I finish up this kind of refactoring work. Because I'm not sure if it's just gonna absolutely destroy my current branch if I run it on it. It does look interesting though, because there is just like a lot of random garbage. I'll admit to that. So node groups, this is in list, we don't want this. Set up, oh no. Program hello world. Oh, we can do a program hello world really quick. Hold on. By the way, the Rust folder only has target folder, right? You can just delete it. Yeah, that's probably true, yeah. Probably true. But we can program a hello world really quick if you want. Let's see. Hopefully this will figure itself out. I do have Python 3 installed. We'll wait on this. I'm not sure what's going on here. Python? Python J? You mean Jython, right? I got Python. Sorry, Python takes longer than writing hello world. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Oh no, I think it's broken. Alright, Control C is not doing anything. Control D is also not doing anything. Do I have X kill? Can I X kill from this bash? No. Okay, well. Well, goodbye. I think it's probably you. Aha, he's done it. I'm sorry I broke it. Yes, you should be sorry. It's okay. We can still do a bash script. What do we have here? This is in Godot. Let's just go back here. We can do hello world really quick. Let's do echo. Echo hello world to hello world.sh. Oh, did I do that wrong? Oh, I missed one of them. Hold on, I missed the parenthesis. And then we can do bash hello world. He's done it. Look at this. There's your hello world in basically one line. Actually, we can do it in less than we can do it in exactly one line. And then hit him with an and bash hello world. I think this will work, right? He's done it. How is he so smart? Anyways, there's your hello world. I hope you're satisfied. That is your one request from when you were a sub. You know, it's kind of weird. The more I work with Bash, the more I kind of like it. Because it's just available everywhere. I don't know. I like programming languages that are just there. Yes, you did miss it. Hold on, we can do it again. He's done it. Look at that. Hello world. We concatenated, or we pushed, what's it called? We truncated a new bash script, or a new shell script called hello world, and then we immediately ran the shell script. All in one line. It's a one-liner. Program a square? No. Is this a thing now? Sub requests? I'm not a sub. Well, you used to be a sub dissect. I remember all my subs, if only because there's a very few of them. Alright, so list element. Let's actually try to copy what. Probably not. Actually, you might not want to copy how the list element's doing. Set up. But yeah, I mean, sub requests have always kind of been a thing, kind of informally. I mean, you know, if you paid money, I do feel a little obligated to listen to a request. Oh. Thank you for the subscription, DeadSec. I suppose that does set you up for another sub request. If you want, no pressure. How many requests have I banked? I think you have 6 requests banked, so you have 6 small requests, or probably like 2 big ones. I don't know. There's not really a hard and fast rule about how we're tracking these, of course. Let's see. Label. So I would say 6 small requests, maybe 2 big requests. Do you pay your tax? Did you pay your taxes? I haven't actually had a payout yet, so I don't need to pay any taxes on this. Alright, so we can use event name, because event name should more or less map 1-to-1 to any of these. Yeah. So we can do at manager. CM dot. Oh no, I don't think this is actually feasible. Like, how do I pass in the? I think this is a flaw in the implementation, is that this doesn't actually exist. Oh no. I don't think any of this stuff actually pulls from a config file. I think, yeah, this is something I forgot to do. That's not good. That's not good. And let's go. See you later. Thanks for tuning in, Nivek. Any support? Financial or otherwise, you know, just watching is already enough support. Helps with the Twitch snowball effect. Thanks you for redeeming the jump. Not too many people do that. Besides me. Take it easy. Alright, so events. Yeah, I'm not loading in any data from the config. That's actually super unfortunate. So what do I have here in model.xml? All of these more or less exist here, right? Or these are the, oh no. Oh no. Well, actually, none of these actually map to any data fields anyways. Hold on. I think I was getting super down on myself too quickly. Infinite quack. Oh, it's like a fate stay night infinite quackworks. Does Python go as high as integer limit? Probably. Yeah. Head bone. Do I have a head bone here? All of these, oh yeah, all of these actually map directly to it. So, okay, I think I'm fine. And we're still at Python 3. Well, it depends on how you interpret the question, I guess. Python 3 versus Python 1. I don't, show me a person who's actually used Python 1 and and you'll be showing me a fossil. I don't think I've ever met anyone who's used Python 1. So if data has events, you respect the boomers. You are not funny. Ooh. All right. Well, you know, I tried. You know, we're not hitting you with. I'm not hitting you with the carefully calculated jokes. This is more of just like word salad, straight hot off the grill. Actually, you don't grill salads. What am I doing? So event name, and then we can also do event or results set value. Oh baby. Wait, no, we can't do this yet. I feel like you could grill a salad. If you grilled a salad, wouldn't that just be like really, like it would just be like a mush, right? That's just grilled vegetables. Like you could, I guess. It's not really a salad anymore in like the traditional sense. Depends on the vegetables. All right, well, like I can tell you this: if you're calling like bell peppers and tomatoes a salad, I've got bad news for you. I'm a sugar bean? I don't know what that means. That sounds kind of lewd though. Can you be my sugar bean? Woo. Yeah, so the problem I'm running into here is that set value, I can't actually do this until the element is ready. Right? This is tough. I've made a huge architectural mistake. I made a huge architectural mistake. What counts as a salad versus not? Well, okay, I think a salad counts as... I'm actually not sure, right? Because what's in a potato salad? Potato salad is potatoes, mayonnaise. That's pretty much all you really need. Everything else is just incidental. Yeah, I don't know. All cooked at toes. Carl, that kills people. I know. I had a craving for toes. Or what's the llamas with hats thing? I had a craving for hands that only... Wait, I had a craving for... What was it? It's something... I had a craving for X that only hands could satisfy. All cooked ingredients, so that means salads don't have to be raw. So yeah, you can grill a salad. Well, they don't have to be raw, but... I think that's... There's like... What do you call... It's like being pedantic, but like in a... kind of like a very loose definitional sense. This is like... It's like the same thing as like, is a hot dog a sandwich? Like, technically yes, but actually no. Like a sandwich is some sort of topping between two loaves of bread, but then also just inside of bread, right? Otherwise, like a sub would not be a sandwich, because a sub, you don't separate the two loaves of bread. A hot dog is a type of sandwich, simple. Well, that's why you're a heretic, and the Emperor Man does not approve. Something ultramarines. I think we need to do something here. This feels gross though, right? So the problem is that for all these elements, I'm not actually pulling any data from my config file, because I just forgot to do that. I mean, I like pineapple on pizza. Sorry, now humanity hates me. You know, pineapple on pizza, not so bad. Not so bad. I think it's a weird choice, but I've had weirder. Like, have you had Korean pizza before? Korean pizza is pretty dope. And Korean pizza is just like whatever you want to put on it. Some humanity hates you too, good to know. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. Data has event. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Data has event. What is pizza versus bread with crap on it? Is a buttered toast pizza? If you put cheese and tomato sauce on a piece of bread, I think that constitutes a pizza. Almost. And if you also bake that piece of bread inside of the oven. So if you put that piece of buttered toast and you also put some tomatoes, oh, I suppose pizza doesn't even need to have tomato sauce. What about dessert pizzas? Well, that's not actually a pizza. That's just pizza. That's a dessert in the shape of a pizza. That's not actually a pizza. Dessert pizza, not actually a pizza. Right? Like if I said that if my mother had wheels, she would be a bicycle. Would she actually be a bicycle? I don't. I think not. Alright, so what I'm thinking here is either I need to somehow set the data here or set the data here. I don't think I want to set the data here. Tim, pizza is plants. I don't know what that means. What do you mean a pizza is a plant? I think that's actually just wrong. I think, yeah, I don't think that's true. Otherwise, cheese comes from cows. Cows eat. What about a dessert pizza with tomatoes and cheese on it? Well, that doesn't sound very sweet, but I suppose if you were to put like chocolate on a dessert pizza, I suppose if you were to put chocolate on a pizza, well, chocolate like sprinkles whatever you want on a pizza that has tomatoes and cheese on it, I suppose. Be weird. That would be weird. I guess that would be a dessert pizza at that point then, yeah? But most dessert pizzas are actually just brownies, by the way. Pukes on code. Yeah, same. Data type. Oh no. Alright, let's think about this. There's not a good way around this. There's not a good way around this. Alright, so okay, I've identified a flaw in the design in that there's no good way in order to there's no good way to load in the config data into the UI. Yeah, I suppose checkmate, but I don't know what kind of dessert pizza you're eating, because that doesn't sound like dessert pizza to me. It sounds pretty cursed, actually. I'm thinking. So we'll do results. Is there like an add to group? Yeah, add to group. And we'll call it, in the GUI, we'll call it just GUI group. So all the GUI elements will just have a setup thing. Right, so we'll do const GUI group, some sort of string, and we'll just call it GUI. I've actually never eaten a dessert pizza. A gooey? Yeah. A gooby? I've had a dessert pizza before. It's basically just brownies. It's not actually a pizza. Like I told you, it's just a pizza. It's a dessert in the shape of a pizza. Yeah, a gooey, aka G-U-I, a gooey. Gooby. Yeah, so here we go. We're just doing everything programmatically. And I think here, I think what we need to do is in base elements, yeah, I think we do need to do this. So we'll have a setup function, and I'll need to change how the list elements work. GUI graphical user interface? Yes, exactly. Insert clip of, what is it, CSI Miami. I'll make a quick GUI in Visual Basic in order to track their whatevers. Actually, like, GUI programming is kind of hard, actually, because it requires a lot of planning, which is not something I'm good at. A GUI graphical interface? That sounds kind of gross. Would it be like a... Actually, that'd be kind of cool, right? If you had a graphical interface that was just kind of like malleable, like you could just drag pieces of it around. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. That's not something I want to make, though. That sounds like a huge pain. Although... Yeah, when you press a button, it sticks to your finger like snot. That actually sounds like a cool project. Like you wouldn't be able to make it like a static interface. You would need to make it basically like a bunch of almost like physics-enabled objects that are just kind of present on your screen that look like a GUI. It'd be cool though. That'd be a cool thing to implement. I don't think it would work in a web dev environment though, unless you just had like a giant canvas that took over the entire page, which is probably not a good thing. All right, so list element needs to take in, oh no. So this is bad. This is what I was trying to avoid, is everything turning into spaghetti. Time to learn WebGL fluid simulation. Pivot, no. You had me at WebGL. I don't want to do WebGL. That sounds painful. Set up. That's tough. That's tough. I can't do this. Because these shouldn't really need to take a... I guess they should just take a parent, I suppose. So like, if we do this, parent, node. And then from here, we can take out model, right? Because we can just access the model from the parent node. So this, and I think this is, there's only a few places where we need to do it. Yeah, so then input element, we'll do this func setup, it'll override this. It's not really, you're not really using the parent node at all here. Okay, OpenGL then, OpenGL. Hey, if you want me to, you know what? Because you did subscribe, do you actually want me to pivot? We can... Because you did subscribe for another month in a row, do you want me to pivot? We can do some WGPU stuff in Rust. That might be kind of fun. We can follow along with a tutorial and we'll do it. There we go, there's one. Do it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, well, okay, let's pivot really quick then. Alright. I was gonna say WGP. Alright, there we go. Rust. Learning. WGPU. WGPU. Alright. Since every... The subscribers in chat are asking for it, so let's do it. Oh no. Alright, goodbye, Godot. We'll figure this out later. Alright. I think don't I already have like a WGPU thing? I do have a WGPU thing already open. But we can run through it step by step if you are interested. If only because I remember this being like a huge pain. So we'll go to dev, it's just called Rust WGPU, I think, or WGPU tutorial. Look at this. What is WGPU? WGPU is some sort of graphics thing. It's a graphics abstraction, so you can write code one way and then it just runs. It runs across multiple rendering architectures. So you have, so on Windows you have DX11 and DX12. Apple you have Metal. Why is that nothing moving? Oh, it's so slow. It's building. Yeah, GPU abstraction. Yeah. Vulkan, and then also OpenGL. So these are these things here that I've kind of typed down in the bottom. Those are the big graphics libraries that you generally need to support if you want cross-platform stuff. I believe WebGPU does everything. All these, I haven't actually checked in a while. Oh geez, it's so slow because it's... It's currently building it. What version of WebGPU am I on? Or WGPU am I on? How is my bit rate, by the way? Am I... Is it dying? I can feel the compiler just slowing everything to a crawl. I'm pressing delete, nothing's deleting in the terminal. Always a good sign. Alright, let's just try to close it. Alright, there we go. Let's go to... So do you want me to go through the entire tutorial and we can learn together? Or do you want me to start where I'm at right now? Because I think I think this one, I'd forget if it's actually functional or not. Yeah, you know what? We should probably just go through the tutorial again since I don't know what I'm doing. I went through this so long ago. I no longer have any memory. So let's do it. Actually, let's try to run it really quick. Cargo run. Oh baby. We're compiling. Look at it. Oh geez. It's so slow. You can do whatever you want. Says the person who asked me to pivot. But let's do it. Wait for it. I think this will work. I did make some changes to it, so I don't remember if it's actually gonna work. Hey man, you're delivering either way. That's what I'm here for. They call me the delivery boy. Actually, I don't think anyone actually calls me that, but if I say it enough, maybe people will start calling me the delivery boy. Yes, that is why I'm a streamer. Because it's you know, I don't know. Oh, you know what? This is actually a good opportunity though, to practice Rust, because I do have a, I don't know if it's a technical interview or just like a business screen, but it's for a big company. They're looking for a software development engineer and test who knows both Python and Rust. So I do actually need to practice my Rust because they're probably going to be asking me about this stuff. I've returned. Hello, welcome back. Glad you see you did not get lost. Have you gone through the book? No. Well, somewhat, right? You like really need to do that. Yeah, I'll do it at some point. Probably day of. You know how it do. See, I'm not actually using the adapter here, but I'm pretty sure this just draws a triangle. Like I think that's how as far as I got. Do you want the time? The book is long. Don't worry. I still live my life on the college student's life cycle. Where are we at on this? Oh no. Oh no. What happened? What? You failed linking. Or rather, not short. Mismatch. Oh no. Alright, you know what? Alright, let's just scrap it. Let's just scrap it. We're gonna do WGPU from scratch now. WGPU tutorial. I have searched this up before. Learn WGPU. Hello. Hello, hello. Dependencies in the window. Alright, what do I have? What's in my cargo? Let's try to keep everything on the same screen, by the way. Just so that we can all follow along, you know? This is for the viewers. So if you also desire to torture yourself as well. Yeah, okay, so my code is a lot different from theirs. Or my dependencies are a lot different. Alright, well, we'll get rid of this Vulkan dependency. We don't need it. Actually, why are my dependencies so much different? Also, this is my personal email, so like, just get rid of that really quick. Let's just copy and paste these. I don't know. You don't even have W. Oh, I did actually. I did. Oh no. So I had a specific WGPU dependency. You just weren't here. And thus, now let's get rid of it again. Oof, that's old. Yeah, it is very old. I did this so long ago. Alright. Also, let's just copy and paste. Hold on really quick so we can get rid of the errors, and also so VS Code can figure itself out. There we go. Why do I have shaders in here again? Oh no, because you need shaders in order to render anything to the screen. I remember. Yeah, I was actually surprised when doing you know, graphics programming, you actually do need to have a pretty good understanding of shaders, which is absolutely wild for me. Yeah, so let's walk through the code really quick. So we're looking here. It's mostly just winit. There's actually no WGPU code in here. I'm somewhat familiar with winit, because it's just, you know, polling for input, right? To my understanding, winit just takes care of creating the window, which is something that you would do with something like glue. That's for creating OpenGL windows, I think. Or you can create a Win32, or you can call the Win32 API to just call to create a Windows window natively. But winit takes care of all that for you. Yeah, graphics is saying you had to learn so much just to do the basics. Yeah. And even when you learn how to do the basics, you're probably not going to do it as well as people who, you know, are dedicated graphics programmers. Like, this is one of the super specializations that I don't really have. And you know what? Let's hit it with a cargo build while we're at it, since we are using all new dependencies. Yeah, but the swap chain, this is the hardest part for me to learn, is learning how to, I get it, right? You have the display buffer and your back buffer, and then you just swap them every single time. So you swap your buffers, and then you start building the new back buffer at the same time, and that's what the swap chain is for. That's what I understand it as. And no chance I feel like cryptography, you need to specialize to stand a chance. Oh yeah, for sure. Or even things like you know, data science. Yeah, you can understand the basics, but you're never gonna be a data scientist unless you specialize in it. You'll understand the basics, but you'll never be able to create your own model without actually going to school, learning how to do all that kind of fancy stuff. But using other people's models, that's just a matter of grabbing their model and then using it in your data science whatever. Definitely the domain is just too huge. Yeah, that's why I prefer to do game dev, because that's a domain that you can just kind of stumble into and then just figure out along the way how to do. At least that's how I see game dev. Right? Because there's a lot of things that you can just kind of, we don't need to worry about the GUI too much. And that's, I mean, to be fair, that is sort of biting me in the butt right now, is because I'm not, I don't really know too much about GUI stuff. But you know, the same day. I also like programming language for the same reason. Yeah, I think I was working on a programming language. I was working on porting my GD Lisp implementation into Rust. And it was, of course, running into the usual issues. You're not gonna make the next Rust or Go, but you can make a fun language pretty easily. Yeah, if that's a tough one. Yeah, just a lot of borrow issues. I think if I was porting it to Go, I think I would have an easier time of it, because of course Go has the garbage collector, so it doesn't need to be perfectly memory managed, whereas Rust, you need to, you know, do things properly. Although that does remind me, I do want to get back to finishing GD Lisp. Look, we have a window. He's done it. It's so beautiful. And then we can even change it. If I remember how to. Isn't there a thing in the window we can do? Let's see. No, seriously, you need to read the Rust book and do more Rust code on stream. I can help you. I don't know about that. Isn't in the window you have a thing? It's like yeah, we can set title, and then we'll do. It needs to be a reference to a string, but we can just do. Oh no, let's hit with an uwu, and then we can do. Isn't it we need to do to owned here, or is it's going to give me an error? No, maybe not. All right, well, okay. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. See, he knows some stuff. Your boy remembers some stuff from his explorations in Rust. When you write ASDF, that's a static reference string. Yeah, it's allocated on the heap. Yeah. See, I never really remember when do you need to do to owned. Right, to owned is, what does that give you, by the way? Oh, it's a string. Oh, it's a string object. It's not on the heap. Or it's not the heap. It's a reference into the binary itself. Really interesting. That's something I'm going to forget almost immediately. All right, so here's some housekeeping. So let's go through the swap chain stuff. This is going to be rough. So use this stuff. This is in our main RS. We're gonna pack all the fields into a struct and create some methods on that. So actually, this is kind of how I learned programming, or this is what works for me whenever I'm programming, is that I won't just copy and paste. Even though I did just copy and paste this, forget this. Usually what I try to do is rewrite everything really quickly, because it just kind of, you know, it helps me. You know, a lot of this is a muscle memory, for better or worse. So let's just type it all out. Right. It's almost the same thing as when, you know, I'm writing some code and I'm just kind of like, oh, that doesn't feel. What I just typed out doesn't feel correct. Right, and I've actually read that when you're, like, for blind programmers, it's almost the same way. So when they're using like a text-to-speech kind of thing, they'll be listening to it, and then they'll be, oh wait, I heard something that didn't quite make sense there. Let's run that line back. Which is, you know, unfortunately something I'm kind of bracing myself for. 'Cause, up until now, almost perfect vision. However, my family does have a there's a word for that, but I'm forgetting it. Good night, Quack. Oh, good night, Zsect. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry that we pivoted into something that's pretty dry as actual just real programming. But it had to be done. Remember, you asked for this. I prefer copy paste followed by changing it. When I just copy verbatim, I sort of lose focus and think about other stuff. See you, Dad. See you, Dad. Please come back from getting your cigarettes, your ciggies. Yeah, copying verbatim, I don't understand what I'm doing. However, when you're doing something like this, I actually don't remember typing anything like this in my old code. This must be new. Get it? Because I'm typing out the new function. So this takes a reference to a window. Phenomenal. Hey, you know, sometimes I get you with the super sick puns. Spike, I'm still here. Oh no, he's still here. Everyone be cool. Dudsec is still here. New size, and then this is This is all Winit stuff, right? And this is DPI, physical. Does physical size refer to like the pixel length? It must refer to that, right? Psych. Are you winning, Tim? No, I'm not your son, so no, maybe not. We're not winning. We're actually very slowly losing, as I will probably lose my mind as we try to learn more about graphics programming. Someone who has a very loose understanding of computer science to begin with. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the things, if I learn how to do it well, we could start making our engine on stream, and that'd be kind of cool. Of course, that's very high thinking. What is this? This is graphics programming. Oh baby. This is some sort of results open tuple or gives you back some sort of swap chain error. Swap chain error. I spelled it wrong. WGPU. I think I need to switch keyboards if I want to do this. Dead means a song? Oh, let's see. What song is this? Carelessly Through We Bound. You can find this on my my SoundCloud. Most of these songs are just on my SoundCloud. Peep the mixtape is super hot. Alright. So you're glossing over this, blah blah blah. But now we're going to implement new. So let's try to figure this out before I read the explanation. So it sets the size of the states. So we get the inner window size. Presumably this is for our swap chain. And then the instance is a handle to our GPU. Back end bit primary. Excuse me. Instance. Yes. Back end bit is it? Okay, this is just. What's the song name? Type it. All right. Okay. Well. We can do this. Carelessly through we found. There we go. He's typed it into chat on my SoundCloud. You can find it down in my description below. So surface unsafe. So there is an unsafe call here, but that's fine. Because this is our handle to our GPU, and we need to create a new surface. Surface refers to the drawing thingy, or basically, it's not the buffer, it's not the buffer. It's a thing that's displayed inside of your window, which may or may not be the buffer. Depending on how many buffers you want to have. So this is your adapter. Your adapter is, I don't know, adapts it for your current OS. And then we wait for it to be created, and then we actually get it. Okay, interesting. That sounds familiar to me. Inner size, and then we'll do instance is equal to WGPU. Instance, no, WGPU. Back end, back end bit. You're not gonna give me anything for this, are you? Is this out of date? Oh, I don't have WGPU loaded. Use WGPU. Oh no, that shouldn't make a difference. Why is this giving me an error? Expected struct state. Hey, WGPU, instance new, backend bit primary. Yeah, I realized I didn't make a difference because I'm using an absolute path. What's the error again? Could not find backend bit in WGPU. So that's good. I wonder if it's not there. I wonder if it's somewhere else. Bit. No? Am I missing it? Am I dumb? Back end. Oh, you know what? Maybe. Please go away. Please. It's indexing. I'm pretty sure it's still gonna give me the error. No? Let instance equal WGPU instance new, and then it creates a new instance from the backend bit. Public struct instance, and then this takes expected struct state found something, found nothing, because it can't find this part. Hey? What is your problem? Typo? Did I typo somewhere? Instance. I don't think I typoed. I think it just can't find this, right? Yeah, I'm not returning a state from the function, but that's what's here, right? So we can just copy and paste this just to make sure. Yeah, it's the same thing. No, it's fine. Keep going. All right, well. All right. So we'll wrap this in an unsafe block because we're doing some weird stuff here. Instance, create surface from some sort of window, and of course we're passing that in. How neat. This is still worrying me, but okay. Oh, because it's expecting a return type. So some sort of adapter. So instance request adapter. And it's going to be a big long one. So some sort of reference to request adapter options, power preference, WGPU, power preference. I don't really, that's interesting. I don't remember typing that before. So maybe that'll be maybe that'll come in handy at some future date. And then some surface. So we're waiting for the surface to be created. Is that correct understanding? And then here, your 0.4 version's off. The API must be completely different now. Oh no. Well, to be fair, I am using whatever is in this one right here. So, what is WGPU at right now? WGPU Rust. No, not this one. The other one. What's the tag? No? What's the cargo? No? I think I'm only one major version off. Is there a better tutorial? Oh, I mean compared when you last did. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Alright, so the surface is used to create the swap chain. Our window needs to implement raw window handle, or that trait has raw window handle to access the native window implementation for WGPU to properly create the graphics backend. Fortunately, when its window fits the bill, we also need to request our adapter. If you want to get adapters for a particular backend, you can use enumerates. Okay, interesting. So I don't need to do that for now. Because we can just assume that it'll just work. We need the adapter to create the device and queue. So I'm assuming this is all in the same place. So let's this tuple of device print beans later. Adapter request. Hey, did I spell adapter wrong? Adapter. We'll just wait on that. Ignore all the red lines. So it's gonna be some sort of WGPU. Device descriptor sounds familiar. If we're doing Python, something that I'm much more familiar with, I can knock this out pretty quickly. Probably. Or at least I've done SDL2 in Python before. which isn't nearly the same thing, but you know, I was actually looking at the SDL2 repository on GitHub. Surprisingly barren. Yeah. Even though it's such a widely used library, not too many stars on GitHub. I guess they don't need it since it's already like industry known. Probably not. Graphics programming in Python would be just as painful. At this level, at least, SDL doesn't compare. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, SDL is like the, it's a graphic abstraction layer over this kind of weird BS. The features field on device descriptor, which is here. Allows us to specify what extra fields what extra features we want. For this simple example, I've decided not to use any extra features. The device you have limits the features you can use. If you want to use certain features, you may need to limit what devices you support or provide workarounds. You can get a list of features supported by your device by using adapter features or device features. You can view a full list of features here. Oh my god, we keep going. The limits field describes the limits of certain types of resources we can create. We'll use the defaults of this tutorial so we can support the most devices. You can view a list of limits here. Are you just copying code? Yes, but I'm also rewriting it, so I'll get a feel for the code. It doesn't really make a lot of sense when you say it out loud like that, but it's what's worked for me when I'm learning something I'm not super familiar with. It's called learning. Knowledge. We're gaining knowledge. Texture usage. Why isn't this showing up? I desire IntelliSense. Autocompletes. Formats. This is the wrong formats, but okay. Adapter. Get swap. Chain. Preferred format. Some sort. So we'll get it from the surface that we created. I'll unwrap it. How you learn so quick? I don't know. Just ignore the entire right side. Just pretend like I'm pulling this straight from my head, and I'll appear a lot smarter. Present mode. First in, first out. Okay. Present mode FIFO. First in, first out. Very good. Let's swap chain. For your information, if you want the air squiggles to go away, you can add a panic to the end of the function. Just panic should do. Is that true? Oh, how did it know I was trying to say swap chain? How nice. So it's just panic. Okay, cool. I did not know that. I'm used to doing things like the Java way, which I suppose would be the same for this kind of low-level programming. SC description. Oh, I spelled this wrong. There we go. Ah. All right. So let's try to figure out what we're doing here. So this is our swap chain descriptor. This is what we applied to our swap chain. So I did see before, I was looking at some just random code, is that if you wanted to do like a compute thing that you feed into your GPU, you would actually, I think you would modify your swap chain, and then instead of doing rendering, it would just be compute, something like that. I feel like I've seen that before. That sounds correct to me. And then all of this is the same, probably your buffer size, right? Or the size of the image that your buffer is representing. Yeah, it tells Rust compiler this function will always fail, so ignore the incorrect return type. Oh baby. Alright, so here we are defining and creating the swap chain. The usage field describes how the swap chain's underlying textures will be used. Render attachments specifies that the textures will be used to write to the screen. Oh baby. So I'm pretty sure, I think I was right here. So there are other things that we can access here. It's also not going to give me... Okay. You don't have to give me autocomplete. That's fine. I didn't need it. That's what the to do macro does too, by the way. Oh, really? So if I just keep to do here, it will also suppress the error. Neat. Okay. So it's like the same thing as like in Java, if you're doing like throw, new, not implemented, exception, one of these, right? It's basically the same as that. That's my favorite exception. Because that's pretty much my entire code. And then our swap chain, we create the swap chain from the surface that we created up here. From our surface comes from our GPU handle. We use that here to create the swap chain, and then this is our description for the swap chain, and then we can define whether or not we want our swap chain to be either be used for rendering or be used for compute. So that's cool. The format describes how the swap chain textures will be stored on the GPU. So know what that means. Different displays prefer different formats. We use adapter get swap chain preferred format to figure out the best format to use. Width and height are the width and height in pixels of the swap chain. This should usually be the width and height of the window. Usually. That's interesting. That almost implies that you don't always need. You could. I wonder if that's how Godot does its viewports, right? So, if you were to make this a bit smaller, you could really. If you were to make the swap chain smaller and then just stretch the, I guess the output of your whatever. That's how they do, like the super pixelated look. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not, because this seems a little too low level for that. Or if you wanted to, oh, you know what? If you wanted to render like a really big picture and then you could drag it around, like this is how you would do like zooming in as well, almost. That's how games render to low size and upscale, right? I'm not sure. I have no idea. I would need to look at how Godot does it to give a real answer to that. Present mode uses the present mode enum, which determines how to sync the swap chain with the display. You can see all the options in the dock. So why would you ever need like LIFO? Oh, okay. So there's FIFO. I don't know what mailbox is, and then immediate. Interesting. So the presentation engine does not wait for a vertical blanking period, and the request is presented immediately. Okay. Visible terrain may be observed. Okay. Interesting. Mailbox. That's what I want to know. Presentation engine waits for the next vertical blanking period to update the current frame, but frames may be submitted without delay. There's a low latency presentation mode, and visible terrain will not be observed. We'll fly back to FIFO if unavailable on the selected platform and backend, not optimal from mobile. And then this is just the default. Interesting. Some games do that without changing the resolution. There must be like an intermediate layer that handles all that stuff. So mailbox seems best if you're not on mobile. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I know what FIFO is. I think it's kind of weird though, right? If you have FIFO but no LIFO, last in first out, aka stack. But I guess that's because FIFO is just a queue. Why not just call it a queue? Is FIFO like a legacy term? Right, FIFO implies the existence of a LIFO. First in, first out, last in, first out. At the end of the method, we simply return the resulting struct. So we'll do self surface device queue swap chain description. Didn't we already create the swap chain though? Or does that imply that we can change the swap chain later? I suppose FIFO is more specific than Q, I suppose. I wouldn't really know. We want to call this in our main method before we enter the events loop. So we'll do let mutable state equals, hey? What's pollster? block on. What is pollster? State new, and we'll create just a new window. Or no, we'll create a new state from the window. What is pollster? Is this, did I add this? I did add this. What is pollster? I've not heard of this. Async runtime? Yeah. I guess it just, yeah, well, I guess from the, actually it's not async, this is blocking. That's not async at all. That's like the exact opposite of async. It's a minimal async runtime. You can use heavier libraries like blah 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 and Tokyo to make main async. Cool. Alright, so he wants to resize. We're not using the state at all, but let's implement resize. So let's recreate. If we want to restore resizing in our application, we need to recreate. Okay, so that's how they do different resolutions in applications. They just recreate the entire swap chain whenever you change resolutions. Ooh, I got that reading comprehension. So I'm best at. That's why they pay me. Not the big bucks, but like moderately sized bucks. Anyways, if new size dot width is greater than 0 and new size dot height is greater than 0. Oh, these are the same things. We're just checking to see if it's bigger than 0. And oh, it is a U32, so we can never be less than 0. Okay. So self.size is equal to new size. Wait, what? Self.swapChain description.width is equal to new size. It feels like you could wrap all of this inside of something else, but maybe I'm crazy. Or maybe this is just how low-level programming works. Self.swapChain, and then you just create a new swap chain. Okay, yeah. That's bizarre. That's bizarre. Swap chain description. Yeah, it makes sense, I guess. It makes sense. Nothing really different here from creating the swap chain initially, so I won't get into it. We call this method in main in the event loop for the following events. Alright, so we're listening to several events. So we match events. This one is window event resized. Let's see, so it'll take a new physical size, but we don't really know. Physical size. It'll give you. It's a little weird, to be honest. Yeah. I feel like a lot of that could be abstracted away, but maybe that's just like legacy code. Physical size. So what is physical size? Physical size is what is this? It's a something. it's a something. We're matching the event. What is this? Is it just an event? Or to keep it simple for tutorial? Yeah, I mean, it sounds like something that's fairly easy to abstract away. Or it's like something that you just write once. And because it's Rust, like it's compiled, so you don't need to worry about too much of that stuff. Alright, so this gives you scale factor. Oh, so window events are enums. Okay. Okay, and they give you all kinds of stuff. Interesting. New inner size, and then we don't care about the rest. So state resize. Ooh, a double. It's the size of the window, right? Well, I would hope so. I just want to know what the value is. Oh, okay, there we go. I just had to hover over resize. So this enum contains a physical size, U32. Well, this one contains something. Don't really know. So there's input. Input returns a bool to indicate whether an event has been fully processed. If the method returns true, the main loop won't process the event any further. We're just going to return false for now, because we don't have any events we want to capture. Okay. We need to do a little bit more work in the main event loop, or in the event loop. We want state to have priority over main. Doing that and previous changes to have your... Wait, what? We want state to have priority over main. What? Okay. If window ID goes to this, and then if boom boom boom. Oh, so you can chain if statements in Rust like that. That's weird. And if not events. See, that's something I didn't know about Rust, is that you could chain those like if statements like that. This is not how you do it. I think I got that right. No, it's wrong. That's not chaining if statements. That's the first if is part of the pattern. The second if statement is the block for the match case. What the heck? What the heck? What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about, Jesse? Alright, so I've done something wrong. I think I've indented it improperly. Expected expression. So what does this match to? Oh. That should be fine. No? Wait. Wait. No. Wait. So this is this match, and then there's another match for the event loop. Yeah, you need to read the book. No, we'll just kind of bumble through it, and then eventually I'll just kind of pick up everything the book would have told me anyways. That's the dream. That's kind of how I learn all my programming languages, is skim through the book and then immediately get into writing something. Except when you get into situations like this, which is just ultra nested. Brackets, which confuse me. Not gonna lie. I think this one... Now we have too many brackets. Okay, hold on. Let's undo all this. So what did I change here? I want to understand what I'm changing. So we want to give... Yeah, you'll be like that for years then? It's okay. I learn what I need to learn as I need it. Unfortunately. For better or worse. You know, you gotta keep ourselves agile. As the cool kids like to say. So I do too many things to be reading books. I think I still need to get through the C89 book that I have. The ANSI C book. So we'll do... Boom. So all of these up until this one. Probably this one too. Right? Then we'll add one here. Delete one of these. Yeah, that seems fair. Forgetting the stuff you need to learn about you don't know about. The unknown unknowns. Oh, it's okay. We'll figure out what I don't know once we start running into situations that don't make any sense. Alright, so we can take out to do, and then render. This makes sense, I think, right? So if we run through the event loop again, so event loop run, we then move this into the, I guess the current, moves things into like owned, right? So then we have events. We ignore the middle block, which is something. What? So yeah, we have an event, yes? Hey. What does this give you? What's your return value? What? Your return value is just an exclamation mark. Alright, so it gives you an event. And the control flow, don't really know. Then we match on event, so we don't care about pretty much anything else. Where do we use control flow? Control flow exit, sure. So then we have just a window events. Presumably that means we can have other types of events as well. That means it never returns. So it's a void. It's a void function that has I suppose that makes sense. So then we're just running off of these things here. Sure. Or it just never returns. Void is different. So this just runs infinitely. Is that the... Yeah, okay, so... okay, exclamation mark just means it runs infinitely, more or less. Most languages don't have a type for never returning. This is true. Match on window event, which implies that we can have other types of events. I wonder, can I just look at the other events? Events. Device events. Resumed suspended. Okay, cool. But pretty much this is the main event. So the window ID. Why would you have a different window? Exclamation is the never type. That's cool. Keep it in mind. So I suppose your window ID could be different if you created multiple windows, I suppose. Don't know how you would figure that out. Oh, you could, right? I created multiple windows here and then we just run in the same event loop, maybe? Then that's where you would need to check the window ID and then if state input events. Okay, cool. So if this checks, so if you create multiple windows with the same event loop, then this is where this if statement comes into play. And then there are other types of events like resume, suspended, etc. But we're not handling that either. So we're going to implement the render function, which gives you nothing or a swap chain error. So let frame equal self dot swap chain get current frame implicit unwrap. There we go. We also need to create a command. Oh, okay. So let's hit it with a to do again. You can have multiple windows. Yes. Huh. But we're not going to worry about multiple windows right now. Although, you know, it might be cool. Let's just go completely off the rails and window 1. Why not? Let's just start messing around. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Does this work? Event loop. So if I created a second window. Will it kind of work? We'll have uwu and then owo. I don't think this is gonna work right now though, because we have this state that we're actually going off of. So let's wait on that for a little bit. I don't know, like this is how I learn, right? Is like, oh, what if I see that we're handling windows differently? What if we just add a second window? What happens? You know, and that's how we figure out more and more stuff, right? Because maybe this will work. I don't know. All right, so our encoder is our device, and then we create a command. Oh, Jesus. And WGPU command encoder. I'm assuming, yeah, this is a descriptor, and then it's a struct. Yep. So our label is phenomenal. Sum render encoder. I just copy and paste instead of typing it out. Yeah. I feel like the copy and paste, as previously stated, just it builds the muscle memory. Because unfortunately, that's that's a lot of what I do. Does this feel right? I don't know. Now we finally get to, or actually get to clearing the screen. We need to use the encoder to create a render pass. The render pass has the methods to do the actual drawing. The code for creating a render pass is a bit nested, so I'll copy it all here and talk about the pieces. All right, so let's just type it out and let's see if we can figure it out along the way. And let's see if my understanding matches up with the tutorials. So begin render pass. That's cool. So this is our WGPU render pass descriptor. Some sort of struct, so it has a label on it. I don't really know why we're attaching labels to these though. Is this just for debugging? Feels like it's just for debugging. Oh, color. Okay, so this render pass stuff feels very familiar. So WGPU render pass color attachment. View and frame. View. So we have the frame, which is the current frame, sure. Color attachment, so knowing that rendering depends a lot on shaders, that makes sense, is that we're passing colors to the shader or something like that. So resolve target. Don't really know what that means, but we'll figure it out hopefully. And then operations, so we have WGPU. Oh, I totally called it. It's operations. So we're loading a thing. Don't know what just yet. Our load op. So we're clearing the screen. So WGPU color. So, all right, I'm not gonna do that. I hate typing in RGBA. All right, feels good. I think am I missing a thing? No. Store. So we're storing this as well. Don't really know what that's about. Are we storing that operation for like future use? Is that the implication? And then depth stencil. What? Depth stencil attachment is none. Sure. Did I spell that wrong? I did spell that wrong. Okay. And then some. All right, self queue. So we submit it to the queue. So they have a queue, but they describe this other one as a FIFO, right? Where was the FIFO thing? Yeah, FIFO. Wasn't FIFO up here? Maybe not. Yeah, there we go. FIFO. So they have the idea of a queue, but then they also just have FIFO. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense. A FIFO is a queue. So we standard iter once and then encoder finish. Very nice. And then we just finish out the block by returning okay. Nice. Hey, did I mess this up? Cannot move out of encoder. I don't know if that's describing the behavior right. Immediate, mailbox, and FIFO. So immediate, I understand, it immediately draws onto the screen, which creates tearing. Mailbox, you draw only as fast, or you draw only once you receive it. I mean, that's presumably it's describing the mailbox pattern, right? So like, just like a messenger pattern, right? So like once we grab something, then we have it. That's the idea. Oh, and this is supposed to be outside of the block. And then FIFO is just the queue. That's what I thought. Look at that. All right, first things first, let's talk about the block encoder begin render pass borrows encoder mutably. We can't call encoder finish until we release the mutable borrow, sure. Versus Q, which is a data structure that has the behavior of FIFO. Behavior versus data structure. Oh, okay, okay, I see. That makes sense, I think. Yeah. I guess if you're describing behavior, but mailbox is, the mailbox is a pattern, right? Mailbox pattern. It's a messaging pattern that you put something in the mailbox, something picks it up and delivers it to the expected recipients. Well, okay, no, that is a pattern. Behavior, sure, I guess. Whereas a queue is a data structure. Okay, yeah. Mailbox is sort of both data structure and mailbox. Yeah. I think you're right. I just got confused between like pattern and data structure. It's encoder. We can't call encoder finish until we drop or release the mutable borrow. Tells Rust to drop any variables within them when the code leaves that scope. Oh, see? Now we're learning. I didn't realize that. That makes sense. So this is just like a nested inner scope. So it's basically the same as like having another function inside of it, almost. When the code leaves that scope, thus releasing the mutable borrow on encoder, allowing us to finish down here. If you don't like the blocks, then you can use drop render pass. Ah, interesting. You really need to read the book, but see, I'm learning the same things that the book would have taught me, while actually doing things that are more or less, productive. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't know. I mean, like, either way, I'll be reading this all the way through because I don't know anything about graphics programming. A fraction of it. It's okay. This is the fraction of it that I actually need to know. I'd argue it's not productive in the long term. Maybe. We'll see. Get back to me in the long term and we'll see where I'm at. We can get the same results by removing the and the let render pass line, but we need to access the render pass in the next tutorial, so we'll leave it as is. Last lines of code tell WGPU to finish the command buffer and submit to the GPU's render key. We need to update the event loop again to call this method. We'll call update before it too. Okay, so request a redraw. And the main event's cleared. So this is, where are you? Where does your code end? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, here. Event redraw requested. So it returns something, but we're not going to use it. State update, which is the function that, well, we didn't just write that. GS. What is GS? Godsend. State render. So we try to render and we match the outputs. Okay. Returns something, but we don't care about it. Ignore that. Alright. Recreate the swap chain if lost. I don't know when that would ever happen, but I guess it could happen sometimes. I always forget if I'm focused on CLI or Twitch. Fair enough. I have separate computers for that. So we do state resize. So if you lose the swap chain, I don't know when you would ever lose the swap chain, but I suppose it could happen. I don't know. I think that's kind of part of my one of the good and bad things about my learning potential is that I just kind of accept whatever you tell me. If I don't know anything about it, I'll just be like, yeah, seems fine, yeah. Sounds pretty good. Don't know too much more, so I'll take whatever you're telling me at face value. Someone rips out the graphics card, maybe? Possibly. What if your printer catches on fire? What happens then? Are we explicitly handling that as well? little bit of string formatting. There we go. So, okay. See, this reminds me of very Java-style error handling. So we do like a try, and then we catch the certain exception, and then we just have just the generic exception at the very bottom. My favorite. Pretty sure printer on fire is a standard area. See, I know what you're talking about. Printer on fire. It's one of the meme errors for sure. It's a legacy error from the days when your computer output would actually go to a printer, I think. No, that's another error. That's like typewriter not or unrecognized typewriter. Printer on fire is when I forget. I read this somewhere, but I forget. Window request redraw, like so. So redraw requested would only trigger once unless we manually request it. And then we can hit it with one of these. So cargo run. So hopefully this will be cool. To be honest, my fave is pebcac. Look at this. We have 2 windows and we're only drawing to one of them. It only took Godot of like a million years to implement multiple windows, but look at this. We have 2 windows. Who's smarter now? That's cool. Well, I don't know. Oh, that's cool. Wait a minute, hold on. So it registered that input on... How does it know which inputs that we're talking about? Wait a minute. We're learning. So if I press escape on this one, nothing happens. If I press escape on this one, ooh, he's thinking. Look at that. Interesting. So only on this one does it have the window event close requested event listened to, right? So when we go back to here, this one is not hooked up to anything besides just like redraw. Actually, not. What is this one looking for? Hey. Right? Isn't this is its own event? Yeah. So how do I get the swap chain onto both of them? That's a question. I should now build a game engine. Remove the if for the match part and see what happens. Is that gonna crash my computer? Is that gonna crash my my display driver? Remove the if for the match parts, match pattern. Oh yeah. If I do that, then it'll just happen on both of them, right? Yeah, I mean that makes sense, right? Window event, so we can do multiple ifs, right? Can't we do multiple ifs based on this? Or is that an incorrect understanding? Or we could do this, we could restructure this to handle multiple windows. So instead of using this kind of weird if pattern that I'm not super familiar with, we could just move straight into like a code block and then do if window ID is equal to window ID, then do all this stuff. Otherwise, if window ID is equal to window 1. Yeah, I know what you're saying. If we take out this, then the escape will work on both of them, right? Because it's listening for either or. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I know what it makes everything that's like fairly simple, like fairly simple if else logic. I get that's not a problem, easy. But it'll also break things because of resize. I want to see what happens. All right, well that's fair. So instead of doing this the easy way. Let's just copy and paste. So I think we can just do this. Yeah? Yeah. I think we can just do this. Oh, hello. Welcome, raiders. Thank you, Isaiah, for the raid. Appreciate it. Of course, we're not doing Godot today. It has been requested for me to do a little bit of graphics programming, even though I'm not not very good at graphics programming. So I hear the mind of a duck. Quack, quack. Quack. Hello, I'm a duck. So check this out. We're experimenting with a little bit. I think this is just using OpenGL, but we're working with 2 windows. It's been requested to see what happens if we do resizing on 2 windows. Okay, so nothing happens. Cool. Well, this one resizes correctly. This second one does not resize correctly. Make the white window, resize the white window, make it smaller. Yeah, it's keeping its, oh, it doesn't redraw. Yeah, but we're doing graphics programming today. I was working on this face tracker, but this sounded a bit more interesting, I guess. Yeah, so it's not redrawing, so it is listening to the same input though. So let's see, state resize, so when are we using window? Window. So window event, so these are all just kind of the same window event, but we're not redrawing. If we did this, right, if we did window 1, request redraw, do you think it would work? So if we resize it, it would properly redraw everything? Yeah, but this is Rust. It's very low level kind of stuff. Anyways, ahoy, C Films. How are you doing today? Let's see. Nope, it does not redraw. Well, I don't know. That's weird though, right? Look at that. It's beautiful. Now we have a square and we can kind of squish it. Oh, look at that. A little, oh, did anyone else see that really glitchy texture? I suppose there's nothing to redraw. Yeah, I suppose. I don't really know what's going on there. See, I thought this would have fixed it, but I guess not. State update. So is the state only working off of 1 window? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, you know what? It's because of this. It's because we're only modifying one of the states. So if we had 2 states, so we did let mute state 1 equal whatever this is, window 1, right? And then we just kind of slapped state into a lot of these. I think that's where it would work, right? Yep. And then we'll grab this as well. So scale factor changed in state 1. What if we just did what if we just did the rest of the tutorial with with 2 windows? And I just tried to make it work like that. I think that should work though. Maybe not. Window 11. No, I'm on Windows 11, but not quite. Not window 11. So I think this will work. See, we're learning. We're learning. It's all a learning process. Oh, jeez. So this should redraw. Ah, no. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm very confused. You still aren't rendering the state 1. Let me see. Am I still not? Oh, shh. Whoops. Am I still not rendering the state 1? Oh, redraw. This part. I forgot. That's right. That's right. That's right. I forgot. There's so much. There's so many things you need to keep track of. Coming from someone who first language is Python that does everything for you. Oh, look at that. That's neat. And then this will resize correctly. Look at that. Alright, so I guess we're just gonna continue doing the rest of this in let's just try to juggle 2 windows and see how we get through the rest of the tutorial. Oh no. Anyways, that's cool. Let's add back in that if statement actually. So we only do this here. So now we're matching on the window ID. Actually, we can, since we're matching on the window ID, right? Huh. I feel like if you render something more interesting, it would do weird stuff. Well, we're getting to that, right? We still need to get to actually drawing a triangle on screen. So, because if either window is resized, you resize both states. Sure, yeah. Resize both states, and I don't remember. Aren't both states using the same? They're rendering the same thing, aren't they? Anyways. So we're going to go back through here. Let's make sure we don't forget anything. So this is WGPU, render past descriptor, and then we constructed that. Where do we construct our this? Render, no, this is not our render past descriptor. This is our render past descriptor. So render past descriptor only has 3 fields: label, color attachments, and depth stencil attachment. The color attachments describes where we're going to draw our color to. We use the depth stencil attachment later, but we'll set it to none for now. The render color attachment has a view field which informs WGPU what texture to save the colors to. In this case, we specify frame.view that we created using swap chain get current frame. This means that any colors we draw to this attachment will get drawn to this screen. Sure. So we can... Oh, okay, wait. So if we do... Oh, we need to have different states, right? Because this is inside of our render function. So I would need some way to modify this beforehand. So I can't. For right now, we just be drawing the same thing on both screens. The resolved target is a texture that will receive the resolved output. This will be the same as attachment unless multi-sampling is enabled. We don't need to specify this, so we just leave it as none. The ops field takes the WGPU operations object. This tells WGPU what to do with the colors on the screen specified by frame.view. The load field tells the WGPU how to handle colors stored from the previous frame. Currently, we are clearing the screens with a bluish color. Cornflower blue, almost. It's not uncommon to clear the screen of colors. If the screen is going to be completely covered up with objects, if your scene doesn't cover the entire screen, however, you can end up with something like this. Modify the input method to capture mouse events and update the clear color using that. Hence, you'll probably want to use window event cursor moves. Oh no. Oh no. Now I actually have to use my brain. Okay, so let's do the challenge really quick. Cursor, no, window, events, cursor, moves. I remember trying this before and then giving up. So does this, it doesn't give me, it just gives me some sort of struct. What is the struct? So, oh no. Okay, so in order to keep both of them on screen, actually, you know what? We're not gonna do that. Let's full size it. So let's look at both. So we want to react to things that happen on screen. So we have our device ID. I don't think we need that, so we're just gonna ignore it. Position, that's what we want. That's the good stuff. And then modifiers. Okay, so we just want position, that's good. Right. Wait, what's your problem? Pattern does not mention fields. Is that not how that works? Pattern does not mention fields, device ID, and modifiers. Missing fields, device ID, modifiers. Okay, sure. Let's do it. Device ID. Is this not Golang? Okay, sure. And I can mark it as unused. That's not how this works. You want position. Structs don't have orders, so you can't use. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. See, I've been doing too much Golang. That's how you would like just ignore part of the struct in Golang. Okay. See, I do too much stuff, man. But see, now we have cursor moved. What are we doing with the cursor, by the way? I forgot. Modify, so we capture mouse input events and update the clear color using that. So the clear color. When do we set the clear color? It's in states, so we need to probably do something in update. Probably it's something like, I don't know. I don't know. I think the easiest part would just to be just R. No. RGBA R. What is this? What is this value? This is what I'm thinking right now. This is the easiest thing I can think of. What is R? All right, fine. Call color. Give the state a 4 tuple. Well, I don't know. Oh, it's just a WGPU color. That's the struct. So let's give it a color, which is one of these. Right, and then an update. Can we? I think we can. We can expose another function, maybe. So we go to cursor move. We have the position, and then we can modify. We have access to the state, so that we're manually calling resize and all of this. I guess we could just call. No, we can't just call update, right? Oh, you know, we could do input. We could use input. Window event. It takes a window event, but this takes a position. I don't know. Let's just add. This is the simplest thing I can think of. So this is like cursor moved. And then we'll see what they do. What is position? Physical position. Do you just set it directly? State color equals new color. Oh, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. I forgot you could do that. I forgot you could do that. Yeah, that reminds me at work today. I was actually, one of the APIs I need to integrate with. Too much Java. Yeah, it is too much Java. One of the APIs we need to integrate with requires a custom certificate, and so I was trying to work with our clients, stakeholders. And it's like we need a new certificate for this because we need to integrate it into our CLI application. And the client was just like, why can't you just trigger a Jenkins job that already has a certificate attached to it, since you're just sending REST requests? And I was like, wait a minute. That makes a lot of sense, because now we no longer need to request a new certificate. And also, I mean, we are just sending REST requests. It does mean we do need to port the code over to Jenkins as opposed to Go, but alright, so state.color. Need a setter for everything. Yeah, where are my getters and setters, by the way? Feeling very naked just setting properties directly like this. What does physical position have? What is physical position? Please, sir. I would like to know. Oh, is physical position just a alias? No. What do you have? Or color dots, I don't know, R is equal to. I'm assuming I can just access that. Position dot X. Alright, give me an error. Alright, well. And then we need to clamp it between 0 and 255. Yeah, I'm trying to go to the definition, but it's not giving me the definition. I'm control clicking on it. Is this not how this did? Wait, double click. Double click. Right click. I am right clicking. Double click, right click. I don't know. It's a something. We'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure this will not work. How do you clamp in Rust? Also, why am I getting an error? So self. Oh, because we need to initialize the color as well. So we'll. What if we just do color is equal to? I don't know. Let's do this, right? So let color equal WGPU color dot just color. Our let's grab this one. Slap it into here. Yeah, seems fine. That's our color. And then color is equal to color. Look at that. With no idea, I don't use VS Code. What do you use? Wait, how do you program Rust then? If you don't use VS Code. Is there like a dedicated Rust IDE? Vim? Oh, what a weirdo. Alright. There we go. Is clamp just a thing? I don't think I have clamp. Which Rust is it in standard like math? STD math. No. Clamp. Alright. Where's clamp, by the way? Like, I know exactly what I want to do, I just don't know where to get it from. Size into position. Let xy equal position 2. I don't think I can do that. Trait bound. The following implementations were found. 3232. Standard convert from is not implemented for blah blah blah. GFX HAL, but I don't need that. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. I'm also not sure what physical position is. You know what? Instead of belly aching about it, let's just go into WGPU. Wait, no, this is winit, right? Yeah, this is a winit crates RS. Hello? No! Rust. What is this? Oh, I want docs RS. Try physical.width. Guess the doc version is wrong. Probably. Well, what is it called? I'm trying to get the window. Wait, no, I just want physical. Physical position. So it's X and Y. Try physical.width. Why? Is that gonna work? Where's physical? Physical? Oh, it is. I'm looking at the wrong type. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure this will just work. It's just gonna be kind of weird once we get past a certain position. State, color, RG. State color RGB is equal to position X divided by position Y. I don't know. What are we doing? But I think this will work, right? Probably it'll overflow a little bit, but that's fine. Just use clamp as a method. I didn't get autocomplete for it though, but I think this will just work, right? Ooh, now we're just white. Ooh. We pretty much only have yellow and like kinda pink. I don't really know what's going on. It works though. I don't know. Oh, got really blue there for a little bit. Ooh. Why does it turn pink sometimes? Oh, pink, pink. Divide by window size. Oh, you know what? That makes sense. This is why you're here, Knock, because you're able to do the math that my puny brain is not able to do. Where do I get window size? Where is window size stored? Did I store it somewhere? Is it just on the window, by the way? Window dot size. Get. No? Size. What do you have? State has the size? State. Size. Oh, is it width, right? Yeah, size. Okay. Something like that. So, state dot. Alright, what's it called? Size. You know what? We're going. We'll get rid of this for now. States dot size dot. It's not giving me the. Give me the goods. I desire a doc string. Physical size. Oh, it's just X again. But it's a F32 though. Whereas position is a F64. Do you think this will just work? Actually, this is the wrong order, by the way. This is sort of painful to watch. Yeah, probably. I mean, I have no idea what I'm doing, so. No field X. With height? What? Isn't this a physical size, though? Alright, well. And then we can't divide, because you cannot divide F64 by U32. And then... So then we need to... Can't you do... Into? Yeah. Yeah. As F32. Doesn't this just work as well, though? And then, like, this implicitly just kind of figures it out? No? Maybe not? No? Okay, well, we can do as F32. Or doesn't this needs to be... I don't know. I'll stop talking for now. Yeah, this needs to be an F64, by the way. Let's wait for it. Yeah, as F64. I don't know. Which conversion traits are implemented for the numbers? Yeah, me neither. But this looks like it'll work. We're learning. Very slowly. So let's see. We're compiling. Compiling. Window event not used in main line 80. Very good. Look at that. And then, wow. Look at that. I don't really know what's going on, but I like it. It's trippy. It's groovy. Wow. I go up and down, controls some sort of hue, and then going diagonals does something else because I'm just dividing numbers by each other. Look at that. That's cool. Now get the other window working. Oh no. I mean, that's not too hard, right? Couldn't I just do this? So let's copy and paste this entire block again. Just so I don't accidentally completely mess it up. So we can do this. And then we can do like an inner match on that. So match window ID. Can we do that? And then it'll be like a window one dot get. What was it called? Get window ID window ID. Something like that. No, can we not match like that? No, just put an if inside of the cursor moved. No. Well, No, we can't just put an if inside the cursor move because we're already... Well, I suppose here we could, right? If we wanted the same input events to apply to each window. Yeah, so we could do if, you know, window ID is equal to window ID. Then we'll do one of this, something like this. I was trying to keep the inputs for each window completely separate, but of course this will work. But actually, can't you do this though? Can't you match on window ID? Oh, am I crazy? Right. And then when you would just do like window ID will give you a thing, and then window 1 ID will give you another thing. Isn't that how you can do things? No? Maybe not? No? Okay, well. Not with that syntax. Alright. That's tough. You need an if pattern. I don't want to use an if pattern. A match would be so much better. Yeah, I know you could use an if pattern, but I feel like a match would be would work so much, would be better in general, right? And actually, doesn't this only work if we have focus? Yeah, and then we can just do, you know what? Let's just do B RGB. And then this will be state 1, state 1, state 1, state 1, state 1. Right? I think that'll work. It's just an if else change with more text. You don't need the second if. Well, what if I want to add a third window? Then I would need the if. I'm future-proofing it. What if we want to just have all of the windows? Oh, you know, we could have like... Ooh. Oh, it only works with for the window that's currently... Wait a minute. Did I do something wrong? So this is uwu. Uwu is the original window. Owo is the is window 1. Hold on. So what's going on? So state 1 is the proper thing. State 1, state 1. Second if is wrong. Oh, it is wrong. Good catch. You know, I really should rename that, but I'm not going to just yet. All right, so I think yeah, this will work. Ooh, look at that. And you don't even need window focus. All right, epilepsy warning, by the way. That's cool. Look at that. And it's actually like it's 2 completely separate windows. I've never seen that. Look at that. Because usually you would move one of the windows to like a background, so you wouldn't even register inputs anymore. Isn't this is kind of how Mac OS works, isn't it? Look at that, that's cool. And then we can press escape on any of them and it just closes them all. Cool. All right, so since we're handling multiple windows, so is this one better, or is this syntax better, or is this syntax better? I'm not sure what you mean. You still need to focus a window to interact in Mac OS, do you? Or am I thinking of something else? Or is that just regular like Windows 10 functionality that I'm thinking of? Anyways, that's cool. It's this one. So, the code. Oh, I was already here. Alright, so I pretty much did it, but we can look at their example as well. How did they do it? Alright, so they clear color WGPU, And then they clear color and size. Oh, they just moved it around for whatever reason. First tab. Thank you, thank you. So create swap chain, blah blah blah. Oh. Wait. Wait. What? So event loop, window events, scale factor. Wait. What? Where are they doing it? Input? Do I have anything on input? Oh, they did it all in inputs. I'll be back later. Good luck. Well, I'm actually about to head off as well. But this has been fun. This has been fun. I think their solution might actually work better. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. But yeah. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in to watch me suffer through learning Rust stuff. This has been fun. Anyways, have a good night, yeah? Have a good rest of your day, Knock. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I will be live tomorrow from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, working on, probably not Rust, but probably back to more Godot stuff. Anyways, give the channel a follow if you haven't already. You can check out all my social links in my description below. So I have a Discord. Most of my code is open source on GitHub. You probably don't want to reference this code on GitHub. You should probably just reference learn WGPU on GitHub if you want to learn. But yeah, I will see you next time. Goodbye. Oh, actually, I have 5 viewers, so let's find someone to raid, I guess, while we're at it. Let's see. Any suggestions on who you want me to raid? Otherwise, we're just gonna look for game dev stuff. So let's go to browse, game dev. Or game development, but you know, so it goes. So there's some people who are doing like dream stuff. There's me at the very bottom. Very good. Some people doing Fortnite. Some Unity stuff. Let's see. Someone doing some programming in Jai? That's crazy. Isn't Jive isn't even released yet, right? Let's see. Lots of Spanish. Lots of Spanish stuff. Oh, though. Let's raid. Let's raid this person, since they raided me before. That's how that works. So let's raid this person. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I will see you all later. Give me a follow if you haven't already, and join the Discord, etc. Goodbye.